I met with some practices today. I coached 4 practices today, and 3 out of the 4 just recently got a new EHR system that they love and they're raving about because it has all of these new functionalities that their previous one didn't. And the point here is that the EHR company is talking about how they're HIPAA compliant. And they got really excited because they thought that that means now they're HIPAA compliant. And that is not it. So I want to squash that misconception right now, because seeing it that many times in one day is alarming for me. So your practice management software has to be HIPAA compliant because they're managing your data, especially if they're cloud-based, and they are. They're looking out for that. They're taking on a huge risk by providing that service. So they're doing their due diligence. But they aren't training your staff. They aren't doing your policies and procedures. They're not going to respond and execute the breach notification laws if you have a breach or if you have a ransomware attack. They don't get you compliant. They are compliant. That's all it means. So if you think that your practice management software is protecting you, or your IT provider is protecting you, or the data backup solution that you're using, you still need to talk to me. And I usually see 2 types of practices. One, they know that they're grossly non-compliant and they're really open-minded to figuring out what to do about it. And then 2, we have these practices that think that they're compliant. They've maybe got a manual in the past, they've worked with a consultant, maybe they purchased a business associate agreement from their attorney. But here's the deal, if you're this practice, and if you really are compliant, you're spending too much time and too much money, okay? I find practices that are in this bucket, they may have some data backup, they may have some email encryption, they may even have an insurance policy, which, by the way, on average runs about $150 a month. My entire program is $199, and that comes with everything that you need all in one. So in my experience, you're one of 2 practices. You're absolutely not compliant and you know it, or you have some things in place, you're overspending your time and your money, and you may not even be totally buttoned up. So either way, both buckets start with a risk assessment. Take a risk assessment. You have to do it every single year no matter what. I'm gonna sponsor it. It's a $700 value. You get a risk assessment, a 23-page report, and 30 minutes with me answering any questions that you have.